Deopante. I've been teaching here maybe for the last 8 or 9 years. Right now, I'm doing most production subjects, radio and television. I teach writing for television, writing for radio. Before I taught online writing, and of course, introduction to communication, to broadcasting. But now, I think I'm being assigned more to production subjects.
Miguel, Lucas, alam niyo ba ang pinapagawa niyo sa akin? Igala mo mga magulang mo.
The reason why I opted to be a part-timer is I want to practice the profession. I am still in the mainstream of the TV, radio, and video industry. I do radio, I do dubbing, I write, I do theater, I conduct workshops, and basically those are the work that I do.
So as they say, theater acting is the best. It takes the whole of you, your spirit, your determination, your beliefs, because you bring what you are in whatever thing you do. If you are a shallow person, if you are a bad person, you bring that to whatever profession you practice.
My skill or my training on radio as a radio drama talent really gave me an edge in auditioning for theater roles. For Teatro Filipino, we did classic plays. One of them was The Good Woman of Szechuan or Butiing Babae ng Szechuan. Ginampanan ko doon si Wong. Isa siya doon sa, well, let's say, mga main characters. I also para akong camera ni James Van Druten. I did the lead role. I did Bayan-Bayanan of Boy Noriega. I did a role in Hamlet and Romeo and Juliet. The training for classic plays are really, really very good and very substantial. Like in Romeo and Juliet, we learn how to do fencing, and sometimes we learn how to sing. We try, because in vocalization or in trying to have a vocal range that has variety, we tried also, to sing. I got to travel from the north down south. Those were memorable. Also, aside from the joy of learning, training for classic theater.
Hindi siya pwedeng maglakad kung saan-saan. Kailangan niya ng masasakyan.
Voice acting would be, of course, being able to do lots of voices, as many as you can.
Sa naranasan ko, ito na yata ang pinakatagtuyot na taon. Lahat tayo rito ay maghihirap ngayong taong ito.
And of course, convey the emotion. But actually, the first thing, you should be able to convey the emotion. You should be able to sound clear. Okay, you should be in your voice. The character should be there. And then going back, you should be, if you're dubbing, you should be able to do a lot of voices. But some voice talents have a sort of concentrated in doing lead role voices.
I just dubbed for Iron Man in Filipino. I did one of the characters there, the villain, one of the bad guys. Conde, of course, is the Count of Dorincourt, or the Duke. So, of course, I make my voice older, and the character is kind of stern and strict. So my voice is basically like this. Pero ginawa ko yan sa Tagalog. At talagang arrogant siya. At matapang.
May nagawa ko dati doon, yung Irene. Medyo, it was one of the longest running Korean telenovela. That's where I did the lead role, the male lead role, and then another role which was the father of the female lead. And you can just imagine we were only very few then, but we did a lot of characters. So that must be my favorite telenovela, because we did a lot of characters there.
My first ambition was to be a teacher. One of my first ambitions was to be a teacher, and of course it was some sort of a engineering of my career, because of course as you grow older in theater or even in the entertainment industry, when people who give jobs, your friends or your peers are no longer there, so you don't get work. So actually the change of career is really a survival move. Well, of course I put my teaching first. If I accept dubbing, it is during the time that I don't have any teaching schedule, because the schedule for dubbing can be flexible now. Okay, it may depend on the availability of the talent. And also for theater, that's one thing I'm kind of sad about, because of course the rehearsals in theater are always almost communal, meaning it's a community or all the people are there. I cannot do like what I do in dubbing, that I only do my part. In rehearsals for theater, you have other people rehearsing with you. So I don't do theater unless, the schedule fits my schedule in school. If you do time management, well, it turns out okay. But you should learn what not to accept. Because yes, sometimes auditions for indie films, sometimes you just can't accept them because of the days of shoot. There's no regret in theater. I enjoy it. I can seem to accept what theater is. Of course, you have to be strong. Physically, and of course, in your beliefs. I think if you are good and you study and you continue to study and get to be a trained and skillful actor, you'll be ahead.
Soundly at night. When I lie down, I don't know, but I consider this because I'm able to sleep without no regret. I go to sleep without a conscience bothering me, and maybe that's because of what I'm doing.